What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Kevin Owens legit being unhappy in the WWE, AJ Styles confirms he was ready to sign with AEW, how does Alexa Bliss feel about her storyline with The Fiend, Lana threatens to quit social media, the reason behind Braun Strowman on Raw Underground, an update on AEW's video game, Vince cancelling the push of 2 Red Brand stars, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into the first story. Our top story looks at Kevin Owens being legit unhappy with WWE right now. Now it seems that Kevin Owens is upset with his lack of push on Raw. Well, that's according to Ringside News, who recently reported via Twitter, "We're working to get more information, but one superstar isn't happy right now in WWE. We've been told that Kevin Owens is legit unhappy about his inconsistent stop-start pushes. That promo on Raw Talk was heated, wasn't it? Hopefully they can fix this with better booking." Now it's fair to say Owens hasn't done much on Raw since finishing his feud against Seth Rollins at Wrestlemania 36. He took time off during the pandemic, reportedly over concerns about what he saw as shoddy safety measures regarding the coronavirus. When he returned, he was inserted into the Seth Rollins vs Dominic Mysterio program, while Ray decided whether or not to stay in the WWE. Owens had a big push on SmackDown prior to coming to Raw, but there's no question he's lost a lot of momentum since Mania. There are rumors that one superstar in particular has not re-signed with the WWE. Could it be Owens? Next up, AJ Styles confirms he was ready to sign with AEW. AJ Styles is committed to the WWE for several more years, but he recently revealed on his Twitch stream that he spoke with AEW before he ultimately re-upped with the WWE. He mentioned on his Twitch stream, "Yeah, there were talks. Look, it's a business. My contract in WWE was going to expire, and there were talks happening. The Bucks are my buddies. We never discussed money or anything, but there were talks about coming in. Again, it's all business." Like many WWE superstars, AJ Styles has had the option to sign with AEW when his WWE contract came up for renewal. A reminder for WWE that they are no longer the only major promotion in the game. Would you guys have liked to have seen AJ in AEW? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, how Alexa Bliss really feels about the Fiend storyline. Alexa Bliss' current storyline has the WWE Universe thinking she is slowly being possessed by the Fiend as her bizarre behavior continues to shock fans and Alexa's friends. However, how does Little Miss Bliss feel about this unusual turn for her character? She spoke to TV Insider's Scott Fishman about her new podcast as well as her new direction. "I love anything that is different and out of the box. I love being able to evolve and change the character and spike people's interest. I think that is what we've been doing with The Fiend. Everyone knows I love promos, and to be able to have a microphone and portray a character, it's my favorite thing to do, so the fact I was able to try something new, I'm having a lot of fun and excited to see where it goes." So far it looks like it could be a great turn for Bliss's character, as her tag team with Nikki Cross seems to have lost its momentum as far as creative is concerned. Now don't be surprised if Cross wins the SmackDown Women's Championship and feuds with Alexa Bliss as Bliss's corruption continues. Next up, Lana threatens to quit social media. WWE manager and wrestler Lana frequently appears on social media by both herself and alongside her husband Mido. However, Lana's various videos haven't been well received by some fans, who complain her dancing and nonsensical messages are annoying at best and downright stupid at worst. Now wrestling's ravishing Russian is sounding off on Twitter, threatening to leave social media if the haters don't stop bullying her. She tweeted, "It's crazy to see me that I can post a video on my IG and get so much hate and cyberbullying comments, and then Natalia can post the exact same video and everyone says it's the best TikTok ever. It's the same video that I made. Why are you all such bullies to me? If all of you keep coming at me in cyberbullying ways, the entire household of Mira and my social medias will be turned off. Mental health is the most important. Cyberbullying can really affect someone's mental health. Please have respect and stop cyberbullying me." There are always trolls on social media who like to aggravate people, and Lana has 2 choices: ignoring them or leave social media. Unfortunately, with social media, wrestling fans can't distinguish the difference between an on-screen character and a person in real life. What do you think Lana should do? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Jeff Hardy wants to work in creative. Our recently reported on Jeff Hardy signing a new deal with the WWE, and while his in-ring career hopefully will continue for many years, the current IC champion is looking at options in and out of the ring. Jeff spoke to BT Sport not too long ago and shared his future plans. Ultimately, I'd love to be involved in music as I age, but I think I'll secretly be involved in wrestling for the remainder of my life. You know, like creatively, whether it's behind the scenes as like a writer or just an idea pitch guy or whatever. Only time will tell what the future holds for wrestling's charismatic enigma, but what does the future hold for Jeff's daughters? Could they be destined for the ring? That might be the case according to our next story, as Jeff could be training his daughters to wrestle. Jeff Hardy's conversation with BT Sports turned to whether he might help train aspiring wrestlers down the road. Jeff noted he wouldn't, with one exception. I don't see myself training people really unless it's my daughters. If my daughters want to wrestle, if they want to be the Hardy girls, I'm going to be the trainer. And there's a women's championship, the tag team women's championship now. I remember saying years ago, wow, that'd be cool if they had some women's tag team titles. And now here we are, so it's pretty cool. And we still have a few years to see whether Jeff's girls decide to follow him into the ring, but they would have a big legacy to follow up on. If Matt Hardy's sons were to join their famous father in the squared circle, there could be a small promotion made up of the different members of the Hardy family. Next up, the reason why Braun Strowman is on Raw Underground. The WWE Universe was surprised to see Braun Strowman pop up on the 14th September Raw Underground, as the Monster Among Men did what he does best, destroying every opponent in sight. But why is the SmackDown star on the red brand? Well, Tom Colohue revealed to Sportskeeda that at the moment Braun Strowman is still a SmackDown guy. I have reached out and I've had that confirmed, and Raw Underground is being used as a special non-brand arena right now. It's very possible that come the draft he will be moved, but at the moment it's another case of the company not having anything for someone right now. Shane McMahon has enough room to help someone out, much like he's done with Shayna Baszler in the past. Raw Underground is a hot mess and needs all the help it can get, so perhaps the pending program between Strowman and Raw Underground's undefeated fighter will help. So far, Raw's 3-hour segment hasn't done much of anything other than fill up time. Next up, Vince cancels the push of 2 top Raw stars. The Angel Garza and Andrade split has fans wondering what's next for the 2 talented and charismatic stars. You may recall Vince McMahon was reportedly big on Garza as a future star, comparing the 27-year-old superstar to the late great Eddie Guerrero. However, during a recent Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer commented, "When Heyman got replaced, I was kinda told Aleister Black and Andrade were 2 guys that were really gonna be in trouble because Vince doesn't necessarily see a lot in them compared to what Heyman saw in them. It appeared that Zelina Vega is splitting up from Garza and Andrade. I can see Garza being forgotten, but maybe not, but if there is a split, Andrade feels like he's going to be the one. If they're gonna do Garza versus Andrade, it's probably gonna be Garza that goes over and Andrade's the one that gets forgotten." Now, Andrade had a dominant run as United States champion before forming a strong team with Angel Garza. Do you think either or both wrestlers should be pushed further? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, an update on the AEW video game. With no WWE 2K video game out this year, fans are hungry to feed their need for some digital destruction on their favorite console. Fans have heard that an AEW video game is in the works, and while we don't have a release date for it yet, Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens is reporting we could see a second AEW game, as it appears that AEW might be launching a different game as well that would be made available for mobile devices. Back on September 10th, the promotion filed to apply to trademark the terms All Elite Wrestling, Elite General Manager, and Elite GM with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The WWE's GM mode was a popular feature in past video games that was deleted from more recent editions of the 2K series, leading to some fierce feedback from furious fans. Would you be interested in a game that was only based on a GM mode, where you manage rosters and wrestling shows? Let us know in the comments down below. And Mickie James is okay after the Flawed finish. Last but not least, good news for Mickie James and Mickie's many fans, as PW Insider is reporting that James was not injured during a match against Asuka on this week's Raw. You may recall the match ended prematurely when James was trapped in the Asuka lock, leading to wrestlers Mick Foley and Lance Storm speculating James had been hurt. However, PW Insider is reporting that what actually happened was that someone rang the bell before the match ended, forcing the referee to signal the match was over. But there you have it, guys, the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook for exclusive lists, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.